what do you feel is the core vision, behind your brand?
The core vision for the brand is to have the clients wear a brand that is authentic, that is truly Zimbabwean, but at the same time a high fashion brand that is classic, that is elegant, that is timeless, that not only can resonate with Zimbabweans, but is able to cross boundaries, to be able to tell stories even beyond Zimbabwe. As the name Ceca Couture says, Ceca is a Ndebele name, which means look good and feel good. We want our clients to look good and to feel good in whatever they are dressing or whatever they are wearing. So the whole vision is to take that brand to the next level, to make it international. At the same time, having the client have the body positive image that is positive for them. And one of the ethos of Ceca is to not only tackle the issues of just wearing something, but also to look at dressing as a way that impacts them, their confidence, their inner person, not only the outward appearance.
Beyond, the design, we've talked about the ethos, we've talked about, your vision and the mission, right? What key problem or need do you feel the brand, aims to solve for me as a customer?
As a customer, the brand is solves about 3 things all at once. Number one, the issue of creating pieces that deal with body positivity. We have realized that there is a gap in actually creating something that people, when they are wearing them, they feel comfortable and they have a positive outlook even in terms of their image. That's number one. Number two, we address the issue of African luxury fashion, something that is luxurious. I'll give you an example. According to me, something like this could be defined as luxurious. It's something that you can wear for a day wear or evening event. So we are trying to push that narrative of luxury fashion from a Zimbabwean perspective. And the third one is empowerment of women. When somebody's wearing our pieces, we want at any given time for them to be able to say, this is luxury fashion, and it was designed, it was created by women who are disenfranchised in terms of economically. Because what we do is we train also women from high density areas who do not have employment, because we realized that there was a gap, like a skills gap in the market, but also there was high employment, especially particularly with the women and the youth. So we train them. So for every piece that someone is wearing, they're empowering another individual indirectly. So we are solving those problems and bridging the gap.
So let's talk about your creative DNA journey, because you're part of this program, right? And you're recently announced as one of the seed grant recipients. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you so much.
How has the Creative DNA program impacted you on a personal level? And how do you feel it's going to impact your brand?
On a personal level, I could say, like we were discussing earlier, to say I'm from a corporate perspective, which is rigid, and testing the waters in the creative world. So to really have mentors who talk about the creative process, the creative journey, and teach you every day, it was like an eye-opener for me. What does it mean to be creative to start with? How do you really go through that journey? And to know that I'm not alone. We are so many creatives in Zimbabwe, because remember, when you're working in your studio, you're usually it's you and your team. So now you've got this big family of creatives, and also some synergies have been created by talking to others and knowing what they are doing. So for me, it has been that part of mentorship, the relationships, and the growth as an individual, that I may say. Like I said, it is really a journey for me.
I think, one of the things that you touched on there that I found, that I resonate with the most is that thing of when you're creating, it feels so insular. It feels like it's only you, and the stakes are so high. But then you go out, you network, you meet people, and you realize, oh no, it's like a whole host of us who, share this passion, this dream, regardless of what we bring to the table at the end of it is so different and so diverse. But we're all going through like the same problems.
Very true. Very true.
So I resonate with that bit as well, as a creative who's not even a designer as well, right? But the thing I would ask you next, is what did you feel was maybe the most significant learning moment where you're like, man, I didn't expect to learn something like this. I'm definitely taking this away during the program?
It is a hilarious story, that one.
Yeah.
So I was so busy with when we were doing the so creative part, and so I was because for me, unfortunately, I didn't know what this so creative thing was. I went to the platform, and then there was like there's a part where it's written no trainings. You understand? So I was thinking maybe what we are already learning virtually is what we are actually learning. That's the so creative part.
Yeah.
So I hear that you're supposed to submit your certificates by this time. And I'm now trying to catch up on all the lessons. I think there are about 27, if I'm not 26 or 27.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of them.
And then right in the middle, there was this lesson that was there. And there was a case study of the Titanic, of all things in the world. Imagine you are pressed for time, you're trying to grasp as much as you can to understand everything. And then you just see this case study of the Titanic. And they say something about the Titanic that I never thought about, because you look at it from a perspective of entertainment. Yeah. And they say, before the iceberg hit, the way the decision was done by the captain and those that were his inner circle, had they done it a little bit different in terms of communication and decision making, it would have changed the whole course about what we know about the Titanic. So for me, it was an aha moment to say, look, you are in business now, and as an individual, whatever decision that you're going to make going forward, you can either sink like the Titanic or you can rise above and really make it. It's like communication, teamwork, and making decisions with clear direction. So for me, I think it summarizes the whole creative DNA for me.
Yeah, even as you just speak of it, you bring it to life, where it's like, there's like an allegory there where it's like leadership and the decisions you make impact outcomes, because sometimes we don't have that, that thinking that they call it, is it first principles or something like that, where it's like, what's the root cause? If I do this, what happens, etc, etc.
That's very true.
Yeah, I love that, man. That's so fascinating. So, part of being the grant recipients means you guys are obviously going to receive a grant, right? There's some funding you guys are going to receive. In the case of your brand, how will this empower you going forward?
Number one, scaling up in terms of production. Because remember, one of the reasons why I got into the Creative DNA program was to meet like-minded people, to gain exposure, and also to grow as a brand. So imagine having funding to say you can now buy more machines. It's not like every day you just get money from someone to say buy machines.
Yep.
Can you now have more online presence? Can you establish an online shop? Something like that. So for me, it's about the scaling up component with the seed funding.
Let's talk about the vision. Let's talk about the future. You're going to be capacitated in the form of mentorship and the funding, as we've talked about. Where do you envision the brand going in the next, let's say, 1 to 3 years?
Can I take you back a bit on that one?
Yeah.
So when we had the physical lesson, not the virtual one, there was something that really struck me. There was a lady from Zimtrade who came and she was talking about other brands. Like I think she had a slide of the Kenyan guys who are really doing great. And then she went to Zimbabwe and she showed us some statistics. And on the statistics, I realized that we don't have anything in terms of exports as Zimbabwe.
Yep.
That's what I realized. And I think from what she said, yeah, well, at the moment, Paramount is what's exporting. But Paramount are not designers per se. They do a mass production of a specific, not tailor-made kind of work. And for me, it struck a moment, maybe it's an aha again, because I'm saying to myself, in the next 3 years, I'm working towards being one of the exporters for Zimbabwe. And recently, yesterday, I was looking at Tula Cindy. Currently, he's in China. Yeah. And there's David Lale as well. He was talking about having his store, I think, in one of the flagship stores in States.
Wow.
So that's where my focus is now on. Once I conquer the local market, really,
onward and upward,
I'm going international.
Yeah, I really love that. Let's talk big picture. So I'm seeing your vision, right? But the truth is, you don't create in isolation. So whatever you're going to create interfaces with the market, It interfaces with me, the media. It interfaces with fellow designers and, other people in fashion, whoever you work with, even musicians sometimes, to bring your vision to life.
That's true.
How do you see your brand contributing to the growth of the broader Zimbabwean fashion sector?
In terms of growth, I think number one, I'm going to focus more on retail as well. In as much as I do bespoke, I've already started like baby steps in retail. So my contribution will be more people have access to my work. That's number one. And also I'm working on collaborations. I would like to collaborate, like what you said, with people who are already in the creative sector and those who are outside the creative sector as a way to contribute in the smallest way that I can. But to actually integrate all the moving parts together.
Fair enough. I love that.
I'm trying to find some innovative ways of doing it. That we can say, yes, this is a Zimbabwean brand, but with a lot of collaborations.
It makes it interesting, isn't it? Because people have a lot more to buy into. Like someone might come because I'm the designer, but because we worked on it together, I get to learn about you, and it's like, oh, I actually love this as well.
That's true.
It's, a lot of, you used the word synergies earlier. I think it touches back on that. Sure. What do you think, given your journey, you've been at it for a while, what is one piece of advice you would offer to aspiring designers who are looking to make a positive mark in the industry?
My advice will be to stay in your lane. As a creative, there is I can call it the edge to say, Ceca Couture is doing luxury fashion. Let me go to luxury. Then tomorrow you hear that cotton is the biggest right now because you know what, it taps into the international clientele. So next time you're going to that. But at the end of the day, you lose who you are, the essence of the brand. What you want is to learn who you are as a brand and to grow that organically as well. Somehow, I think channels start opening when people really know your signature, look at who you are.
Yeah, fair enough. I think one of the other recipients I was talking to was saying that's one of their goals because they felt like for a long time they hadn't been like laser focused in establishing, a look where people can see the piece and be like, that's them right there. And so it's great to hear that that's something you're also talking about because it echoes it even more, right? Let's get into some lighthearted ones. We talked about this just before we started recording, and you said this is the hardest question. So there's no way I'm not going to ask it, man. If your brand was a song, what song would it be, and why that song in particular? When
I was coming through, I had this song. I think it's called The Masterclass.
The Masterclass.
Is it that the person is called The Masterclass or the song is The Masterclass? I didn't really get the lyrics, but I liked the tempo of the song. It was upbeat, it was vibrant, it spoke confidence, it spoke, it looks like it's a Zimbabwean song, but it's got that feel of maybe international, like you can tell that you can hear it maybe at the Cannes Festival someday, if really there's good marketing for it. So in a way, for me, I say to myself, this is an individual who knows what he's really doing in terms of the song. It's not like somebody who's not so sure of himself. He really knows what he's talking about. And I would like to think my brand, that would be my ethos.
Stands on its own like that as well. It stands tall.
Yes.
I love that. For someone who is saying that's a hard question, you kind of fared well. Let's do one more before I let you go. What inspired your current collection, or the most recent work that you're showcasing?
Okay, so my current collection, the one that I have right now, is a collection that I did for the retail Edgar's. What they wanted was something that is not in their store, because they are also trying to tap into a new clientele base.
Yeah.
But also that's edgy, but that's versatile. So I thought to myself, this is me. This is what my brand does best. So my collection, I chose black and gold colors mainly, for royalty, for money, for class and elegance as well. So my inspiration was that modern day woman, that individual that we're talking about, the storyteller.
Yep.
The organized, the very focused, positive individual who's confident in what they're dressed in. So that was the whole essence of the collection.
Is this already available in retail?
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's
I'm
fantastic.
actually going to check how the merchandise is doing right now.
Okay, like just after this? Fair enough. Thank you so much, Sibo, for taking the time to come and share your journey. It really means a lot. I know that a lot of like young people who are interested in creative paths in Zim, they just don't know where to start. So, you taking the time to come and share your story is incredibly important. I think you're doing a lot of like meaningful and exciting work. I wish you all the best on your journey.
Thank you so much. Thank you.